If I told you that simply adding a few everyday foods to your diet could naturally boost testosterone by 20 to 50%, would you believe it? I am Dr. James Edward Carter. As a board-certified urologist and expert in sexual health and performance. Gentlemen, in my 25 years as a urologist specializing in reproductive and sexual health, I've witnessed hundreds of men over 60 transform their lives through targeted nutritional changes that support natural hormone production. Let's explore in depth how these foods can work for you, with detailed explanations and step-by-step guidance to make it easy to implement. Why this matters: the profound impact of testosterone decline and how nutrition can reverse it. For men over 60, maintaining optimal testosterone levels is not just about sexual health. It's a cornerstone of overall vitality that influences nearly every aspect of daily life. As we age, testosterone naturally decreases at a rate of 1 to 2% per year, starting around age 30. But by 60, this can accumulate to a 20 to 40% drop from peak youthful levels, according to longitudinal data from the Massachusetts Male Aging Study and updated 2025 analyses in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism. This decline contributes to a cascade of symptoms: reduced muscle mass, up to 1 to 2% loss annually without intervention, increased body fat, particularly abdominal fat rising by 10 to 15% over a decade, bone density weakening, heightening fracture risk by 20 to 30%, mood disturbances like depression, affecting 15 to 20% of low T men, cognitive fog, impairing memory and focus in 25% of cases, and metabolic slowdowns that elevate diabetes risk by 2 to 3 times. In the realm of sexual health, low testosterone exacerbates erectile dysfunction, ED, in up to 50 to 60% of men over 60, diminishes libido, reported by 40% in surveys, and reduces orgasm intensity, often leading to strained relationships and lowered self-esteem. Why does this happen? Modern factors accelerate the decline. Environmental toxins like BPA in plastics reduce testosterone by 10–15% through endocrine disruption. Chronic stress elevates cortisol, suppressing testosterone by 20 to 25%. Sedentary lifestyles cut production by 15% due to poor circulation, and processed diets lacking key nutrients exacerbate deficiencies. Zinc shortfalls alone affect 17% of older men, dropping levels by up to 93% in severe cases. In my practice, I've seen patients like a 62-year-old engineer who felt perpetually fatigued, struggling with intimacy and daily motivation. After incorporating nutrient-dense foods, he reported a 30% energy increase and renewed confidence within months. This matters because low testosterone isn't inevitable. Population studies show men today have 20 to 30% lower levels than their grandfathers at the same age, largely due to lifestyle. By focusing on foods that provide building blocks like cholesterol, minerals like zinc and selenium, and antioxidants to combat inflammation, you can potentially reverse this trend, boosting levels by 20 to 50%, as evidenced in nutritional intervention trials. For men over 60, this translates to practical gains: better muscle retention, preventing 5 to 10% annual loss, stabilized mood, lowering anxiety by 15–20%, enhanced cognitive function, improving memory recall by 10 to 15%, and revitalized sexual health, increasing libido satisfaction in 70% of supplemented cases. Imagine enjoying active hobbies like golfing with more stamina, sharing intimate moments with your partner without hesitation, or simply waking up feeling sharp and motivated. These foods offer a safe, sustainable path to reclaiming that vitality, reducing reliance on prescriptions that carry risks like heart strain in 5 to 10% of users. Science explained. Simply, The mechanisms behind food-driven testosterone boosts testosterone production is a complex process starting in the testes, where cholesterol is converted into the hormone through a series of enzymatic steps, requiring nutrients like zinc to activate key pathways and antioxidants to protect against damage. As men age over 60, oxidative stress from free radicals can impair Leydig cells, testosterone producers, by 20 to 30%, while inflammation from poor diet elevates cortisol, suppressing production by 15 to 25%, but specific foods counter this effectively. Think of your hormone system as a well-oiled machine. Zinc acts as the lubricant, preventing breakdowns. Without it, synthesis halts, as seen in deficiencies dropping levels by 93%. Oysters with 32 mg zinc per 6 medium servings, 3 weeks daily needs, inhibit aromatase, reducing estrogen conversion by 20%, and boost free testosterone by 30–50% in trials. Garlic's allicin, activated after 10 minutes crushing, lowers cortisol by 15–20%, creating a favorable environment for a 17% testosterone rise, as in animal models and human pilots. Visualize allicin as a shield, protecting testes from stress-induced damage while enhancing cholesterol metabolism for hormone building. Ginger's gingerols reduce oxidative stress by 20%, increasing levels by 17–18% in infertility studies, improving insulin sensitivity, lowering diabetes risk by 10–15% to prevent fat-related estrogen spikes. Dark chocolate's flavonoids, in 75% plus cacao, 200–400 micrograms per ounce, inhibit aromatase by 15–25%, preserving testosterone, while magnesium, 100–200 micrograms per serving, supports synthesis, countering deficiencies in 50% of older men that drop levels by 10–15%. Pomegranate's punicalagins, 200–300 ml per 8 oz juice, fight inflammation, raising levels by 24–30% in 2-week trials by enhancing Leydig cell function. Brazil nuts' selenium, 100–200 mcg in 2 to 3 nuts, reverses deficiencies, boosting by 10–15%, while avocado's boron, 0.5 to 1 megareats per fruit, increases free testosterone by 28% in 1-week studies. Coconut saturated fats, 50–60% MCTs, provide hormone precursors, increasing levels by 10–20% in low-fat diet corrections, and fenugreek's saponins, 500,000 mg per teaspoon seeds, inhibit conversion enzymes for a 17% rise. Parsley's apigenin, 10–20 ml per handful, blocks aromatase by 15–25%, and pine. Pollen sterols support production by 10–20% in traditional uses, backed by pilot data. Cacao nibs magnesium, 50–100 mg per tablespoon, addresses deficiencies, boosting by 10–15%, while eggs cholesterol, 200–300 mg per yolk, fuels synthesis for a 15–20% increase in whole egg diets. Celery's androsterone subtly enhances by 5–10%, rounding out a comprehensive approach. 3 to 5. Practical takeaways. Step-by-step ways to boost with foods. To help you start, here are 5 detailed takeaways with visualizations for easy adoption. Focus on 3 to 5 initially for 2 to 4 weeks, tracking mood and energy. 1. Build a zinc foundation with oysters or seeds. Eat 6 medium oysters, 32 limon zinc. 1 to 2 times weekly. Picture the fresh, ocean briny slurp activating enzymes for a 50–93% boost in deficient cases. Alternate with 1–4 cup pumpkin seeds, 7 mg zinc daily, crunching them like nuts for sustained support. 2. Incorporate garlic, ginger, and fenugreek for daily defense. Crush 1–2 garlic cloves, allicin boosting by 17%. Let sit 10 minutes, then swallow with honey. Imagine the sharp bite shielding testes from stress for a 15–20% cortisol drop. Grate 1-inch ginger, 1 to 2 g, into tea daily for an 18% rise. Soak 1 TSP fenugreek seeds overnight. Chew for saponin-driven 17% increases. 3. Add selenium and boron from nuts and avocados. Munch 2 to 3 Brazil nuts, 100–200 mcg selenium daily. Visualize the creamy texture reversing deficiencies for a 10–15% boost. Slice 1 avocado, 0.51 mg boron, into meals for a 28% free testosterone rise in weeks. 4. Enjoy antioxidant power from chocolate, pomegranate, and cacao. Nibble 1-2 Oz, 75% dark chocolate, flavonoids for 15-25% aromatase inhibition as a treat. Drink 8 Oz pomegranate juice, 24-30% boost. Sprinkle 1-2 TBSP cacao nibs, 50-100 mg magnesium, on yogurt for a 10-15% deficiency correction. 5. Round out with coconut, parsley, pine pollen, eggs, and celery. Consume 1-2 TBSP coconut oil, MCTs for 10-20% fat support. Eat a handful parsley, apigenin for 15-25% estrogen block. Take 1-2 TSP pine pollen sublingually for 10-20% sterolade. Eat 2-3 eggs, 200-300 mg cholesterol for 15-20% synthesis. Munch celery stalks, 5-10% androsterone enhancement. In summary, for men over 60 with a 1-2% annual testosterone decline, foods like oysters, 93% boost in deficiencies, garlic, 17% rise, and avocados, 28% free T increase, can naturally elevate levels by 20-50%, enhancing energy, mood, and sexual health through nutrient support and inflammation reduction. Start with 3 to 5 items consistently, tracking for 2 to 4 weeks. If this empowers you, like and subscribe to Vital Men 60, comment your starting food below, and share with a friend. Consult your doctor. Here's to your renewed strength.